Do you ever feel like you're just giving your members information and information and information, hoping it's enough to keep them around? Well, here's the thing, information isn't enough anymore. In fact, in 2025, people don't buy memberships for more content, they buy them for results. They're not looking for one more course or one more membership. They're actually looking for solutions to their problems. They're actually looking for a system that works for them. They're actually looking for connection with like minded people. And most importantly, they're looking for a journey that'll help them to transform their lives. So today, I'm going to dive into why solving people's problems, creating quick wins in a journey, and building a collective identity are game changing keys to retention, engagement, and loyalty inside of your membership. Plus, I've got a step by step checklist for you at the end of this episode to help you implement the strategies we're going to talk about today. So, you ready? Let's get started.
Welcome to the Tribe Membership Show.
Hey, Funk Roberts here. Welcome to the Tribe Membership Show. This is episode number 6. And in this episode, we're going to talk about going from the information mindset to the transformation mindset to help people solve problems, to help you retain your members, and to create a journey that delivers results. So today we're going to start off with why information is enough, because that's what I started off with, right? People think that it's all about information. It's all about adding more content. And like I said before, it's 2025 right now, and no one buys information anymore. Just think about it. Like, if someone wants to learn how to lose weight, if someone wants to learn how to grow a business, if someone wants to learn how to become a better parent, they can find endless videos on YouTube. They can Google it. They can use AI now, ChatGPT, right? And they can even break things down into simple steps for them. So adding more content instead of building a journey is not going to help you retain your members. In fact, it's going to be very difficult to even get them to join. For me, I have a few memberships. My big one is the Over 40 Alpha Brotherhood, and I started that 7 years ago. We're going on our 7th year. 15,000 members. My retention rate's about 90%, even higher. So people stay month over month. And think about this, over 7 years, right? When people join, they don't leave. They generally don't leave. But my old membership that I had was more of a content-based membership, right? I thought, okay, if I put more content, more workouts, more different types of workouts, it'll help people stay engaged. It'll help people, navigate through. But the problem was, the more information I put, just the more overwhelming it got, right? Like, it gets really overwhelming when there's a lot of information and there's no kind of start and stop journey. Right? Because people don't buy for that stuff. Nowadays, because we're so overwhelmed with information, you have to change the way you build your membership, right? You have to change the way you think about building your membership, because people aren't joining your membership or buying a course or whatever just for the information. They're joining because they have a problem that they want to solve. And that's one of the things that memberships go wrong with, right? They dump a ton of content on their members, and and also expect their members to figure it out, right? It's like that. I always mention the Netflix model, where you're building out this membership. You're trying to put so much content in there, and you're thinking, okay, if I just put all the content that will help them, they'll be able to figure it out on their own. But remember, they're coming to you because they need your help. They want you to take them step by step. Start here, then go here, then do this, then do that, in whatever way that means, whether it's the way you lay out your journey or whether you are literally taking them step by step. But when you don't do that, when you're just putting tons of content in, that's so overwhelming. And the other thing is, they don't get results. And nowadays, with people still a little bit hesitant to joining these month over month membership subscriptions or continuity, man, if you're not getting them results and if you're not doing it quickly, you are going to lose out. And even when you're pitching the problem, your marketing has to be very clear that you're going to get them results early on in their journey. That's one of the biggest mistakes. I mean, I work with membership owners and specifically ones who are just creating their membership. That one of my powers, I guess, is being able to help people lay out the journey of their membership, right? Like, if you're about to create a membership, or you have a membership and you want to re kind of launch it, which is I'm working with somebody right now. They have all this content. They were content. And now what we did was like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to actually build out a journey. We'll talk about that in a second. A journey for all of your members, because you have members right now, but they're just bouncing from one program to another program to another program with no real focus, with no real guidance, right? They're just picking programs here and there. And after they finish a program, there's also this like 1 month, 2 month, even 3 month gap before they figure out what to do next. But now we are building a membership that's like, here's the first phase, here's the second phase, here's the third phase. And now it's more linear, and there's a goal at the end. There's transformations in between, and we're actually solving the problems of what this program is offering. I had a conversation with somebody else the other day who talked about having a membership site that they have currently, and they only have like a monthly webinar or a monthly workshop, right? And so even with that, they're like, okay, well, I asked them, well, what's in your membership? It's like, well, I have like 7 or 8 members, but all we really do is just every month I do a workshop or a webinar, and hardly anyone shows up. In fact, barely anybody shows up. I'm like, okay, well, have you thought about, creating this whole, journey, right? Like, and it's like, yeah, I did this course. I created a course. I'm like, okay, how did the course go? It's an 8-week course. No one joined. Okay, well, why did nobody join? Well, the feedback was they don't want a course. They want long-term support. They want something that's going to give them and teach them long-term and give them long-term report. So, okay, well, that's perfect. Let's just build out a transformation journey with you giving them support every week, right? Helping them to solve their problems. That was a problem that this person wasn't solving. They knew what people were looking for, yet they're still doing the same thing. And that's where membership site owners get kind of inside of their heads, right? They're just like, I'm afraid to step outside of my comfort zone. What if it doesn't work? But what I'm doing doesn't work right now, but at least I feel like I'm doing something, right? Because sometimes we want to feel like, oh, well, at least we're doing something. But if the things that we're doing aren't working, then we're not working for ourselves. We're not working for our business. And most importantly, we're not working for the people that we want to serve. So instead, a successful membership site, whether it's courses or what have you, has to focus on solving problems, not just delivering content. Right? You want to give your members a clear step-by-step guidance, a framework with real results. And that's what's going to keep people coming back. Information is not enough. I'm going to even caveat this with something else that I want you to think about right now. In 2025, these are the top things people are buying. This is what they're paying for. Okay? Because remember, we've gone through a transition, right? We've gone through a really big transition over the years. And I feel that a lot of membership site owners are still way back in, the early 2000s. Because when I first started, I started in, 2007, 2008, where online anything, courses, what have you, I was in fitness. So online fitness and all of that, there wasn't a lot out there. So literally, if you just put together a program, you'd sell it. I had 7-figure launches, many 7-figure 1-week launches with some of my programming, my Spartacus workout program, my Funk MMA program, and even our combat bundle. Like we just 1 week launch with, affiliates and all of these things back then in like 2010s, I guess. That's what it was. 2010s, you could get away, you could do that because not as many people were online, but more and more people started to come online. They started to, use the internet and create programs. So now it was about content. So not now, but then it changed to content. At first, it just do something online and you're going to make a lot of money, reach a lot of people. Then, the mid 2010s, right? Just about the time we hit COVID or just around COVID, it was about content. And even during COVID. Why? Because people were at home. People weren't out at work. Most people were at home. So, if you weren't making a ton of money during COVID, man, I don't know what to tell you, because that's when our business blew up because people were home. They were there to be able to consume content and get results and transformations. So throughout the 2015s and from 2015 all the way to when COVID, just after COVID ended, it was content based, right? The more content you could provide, the better it was, because that was helping people to transform. But now with the acceleration of social media and, YouTube continuing to grow and the AI and the ease of getting information and overwhelming information, like people are overwhelmed with information. Just throwing out content is not information. It's not going to be enough. People are already overwhelmed with information. So you giving them more information as opposed to rewiring and reframing what the information that you give them. I'm not saying don't give information, but there's a way to give that information. There's a way to set it up so that you are going to give results, right? And you're going to have them get results, quick wins, and give people what they want. Because as I mentioned before, it's 2025 now. Now it's different. 2025, it's not the same as before. People buy for these specific things. They will pay you for results, for transformations, for solving their problems, for overcoming their challenges, for hitting their desires. That's what they'll pay you for. Listen, I have this problem and I need you to solve this problem. And does your program help me solve this problem quickly? People want quick results, quick transformations. They want to solve their problems quickly. They want to overcome challenges quickly. They want to reach their desires quickly. And not saying after they're done, they're not going to stay with you. But imagine if they get results from you, or they transform, their life, or solve a problem or overcome a challenge. You think they're going to leave you? No, they're going to stick with you because you actually got them to where they need to go. What's next? So the first thing people pay for is that results, transformation, solving problems, overcoming challenges, all of those things. The second reason why people pay for things is to apply they want application, or they want personalization. So for whatever you are teaching or what have you, how can I apply that to my situation? Because everyone's different. Everyone has specific little situations. So how can I take what you're doing and personalize it for me, right? They want more personalization. So like I teach people how to build memberships. I teach people how to build tribe-driven memberships. I teach people about how to improve retention inside their memberships. Obviously, the community piece is the biggest piece. So building a community, collective identity, but it's not the same for everybody, right? And the oftentimes people think, oh, well, you only work with fitness people. I'm like, no, the tribe element works for everything. I work with people in fitness. I work with guys who have they teach people how to monetize their music, right? So if they're a rapper, they want to monetize music. That's a membership. How to do that, right? Because oftentimes people don't know how to do that. I teach, I work with people who have a specific product, right? That they want to build a tribe around it, but there's a monthly payment for that product. I teach people who have supplements and want to create a tribe around supplements. It doesn't matter. I can build a membership for anybody as long as you have something that's going to help people transform. But as I just mentioned, the tribe method, although it works for everybody, we have to change some of the things, some of the application to make it a little bit more personalized for that audience, right? The games, like the strategies are the same. It's just how do we personalize that strategy, right? And I teach that. I show people. I literally show them if you just have a thought about a membership, if you work with me, we'll make that thought happen, and we'll create it in a way that's painless and will give you revenue. But people pay for application. People also pay for community. This is a big one. Right now in 2025, specifically because of when COVID, we were all isolated, people want a tribe, but they don't just want a bunch of people in a community. They want a connection with like-minded people in a positive space, because there's so much negativity online right now. Think about all that negativity right now online. You post and it's just negative on all the social media platforms. So it's very difficult sometimes to find people who are like-minded on the same journey or similar journey that you can connect with, that you can, get support off of, ask questions with. Like, the like-mindedness of people who are all on the same journey is so crucial, specifically in 2025. People pay for a community, not just a general community. You have to create a community that's more of a tribe. Number 4, people pay for accountability and support, right? Courses teach you what to do, right? So you can have these courses that teach you what to do, but most people want that ongoing support, right? So for instance, let's go back to the one person that I was talking to last week. She told me about the people were saying her members, or the reason why they didn't join this course was because they don't just want an 8-week course. They actually want, because they feel like that's not going to be enough for them to learn what they need to learn to support the person they're supporting in their lives. So what they need is ongoing support. Yes, the courses are great, but we want that ongoing support, because that's what people want: accountability, ongoing support. They know that, okay, I can lean on this person to help support me throughout. I can ask questions. I can, get feedback. And so I get that ongoing support while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. That's what people pay for. People pay for templates and swipe files, man, that they can implement. So here's a great example. I just purchased a course that teaches me to do something. Like nowadays, again, I mean, it's changing, but a lot of times these courses, they'll pile a whole bunch of extras, right? Extras, templates, extra swipe files, extra this, bonus that. So I was a little bit skeptical, but I'm like, you know what? This looks really good. Let me just see, how this course lays out and if it can help me with my challenge. And man, not only did it help me, the way this was set up, and this is how you set up your templates and swipe files, is literally I had to go through the course, went through the course, read the book. Then there was the application part, right? The implementation part. And that implementation part was so good because all of the different bonuses, all of the swipe files and the templates were part of this thing. So, okay, this step, go grab that template, bring that template in here, use it. And this step, you're going to grab that. Remember that bonus template I gave you, that swipe file? Use it, right? Even the upsells that I got were part of this thing that helped me with implementation. When you have swipe files and templates and things, checklists, what have you, ensure that it makes sense, because people will pay for that. They don't want to have to figure out what swipes to do. Imagine if I say to you, hey man, you need a sales page. You need the sales page. I'm going to give you a sales copy, like a whole swipe file of sales copy. All you have to do is just input your information in and it's going to convert. You need emails. You need founding member emails, a whole 6-7 email campaign. I'm going to literally give you the exact emails. You just have to change up a few things and you can implement these emails. Oh, you need an onboarding sequence. I'm going to give you that onboarding sequence. I'm going to give you all the emails. I'm even going to give you the script that you're going to do and use for your onboarding. You just have to change a few things, but the scripting is all there. And these are scripts that you use. I'm going to give you the ads that you're going to use. Like imagine having all of those files that you can implement into whatever it is. Right? So you would do that. I give that stuff. When I'm coaching my clients, I give them all of these things. I want to make it so simple. And the next thing people pay for is done for you services. Listen, there's a lot of high costs that can be charged for a done for you service. The templates and swipe files aren't done for you because I'm actually giving them the templates and swipe files. But what if I said, listen, I'm going to do everything for you. I'm going to do the swipe files. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to write out the script for you. Here's a script. I mean, I pretty much do that now, but I'm going to write out the script for you based on your membership. I'm going to literally write the sales copy, which is what I do right now, based on your membership. I'm going to do all of those things for you, done for you. I'm going to have my team implement all of your entire programming. You just shoot the videos. We'll put it all up. We'll do everything for you. And when people who have money, they don't want to do this stuff. Like they want it done for them. I don't want to spend time doing this stuff. I got other things that I want to do, growing business or whatever. So people buy done for you services. People also buy in-person experiences. They want to connect with that community. They want like masterminds. You can create mini masterminds. I'm doing another retreat, a fitness retreat to bring members together during a 10-day fitness retreat. People want in-person experiences. And most importantly, people want access to you, because oftentimes membership owners, they don't give access to themselves. And one of the things that if you work with me or if you're building a tribe membership, one of those key elements of building a tribe membership, only working 8 to 10 hours a week, mind you, is doing a 1-hour coaching call or whatever you want to call it every week with your members in a group. That's access to you. We're implementing that right now. In fact, one of my I like, in my podcast episodes, by the way, and show, I will often revert to some of the clients I'm working with right now, because I've done all this stuff, right? I've done this multiple times. I got a multi-million-dollar membership. So a lot of times when people hear me saying, they're like, well, that's just you. So a lot of times I will use some of my members, not give them their name and stuff, but I'll use their situation and to show you that it's not just working for me, but it works for, everybody who wants to implement this. But one of the things that we implemented inside the membership was, the very first thing was the collective identity piece, which blew up his Facebook group from getting only 4 to 5 posts a day to over 800 posts a day. 600 to 800 posts a day inside the membership group of all their members, with their signs, with their V's, and it's incredible. But one of the things that he was very weary of, and even some of the members were weary of this too, was that, like, okay, well, if I have a question, I'm going to get buried in 800 posts a day. How can I implement a question? And so we set up a system where members use a hashtag. They get the questions, right? I'll do a whole show on this system. It is an incredible system for this situation and in general. So you set up a system where people will use a hashtag who have questions every week. You grab those questions, you shoot a podcast Q&A episode where you call out the member, call out their question, answer their question on video. Then you re-upload that into the Facebook group, which I like as my membership tribe hub, just because of the way it's set up, the feed that's set up. And then you tag all the people who ask questions. So this guy had 40 questions in 1 week. That's what I used to get. Shot the video, uploaded it, and the feedback that he got was absolutely incredible. People couldn't believe that not only were their questions answered, but they were answered on a video by the tribe leader personally. Like, think about that. Think about if you were you joined a group of your favorite, influencer or whatever, and you asked the question, and it's not the moderator, it's not some coach, it's them answering the question that you answered. And not only is it going to help that person, but it's going to help other people. Like, talk about connection. Right off the bat, he said, right after I uploaded that, I got a whole bunch of Trustpilot reviews. Like, this program is so incredible. Like, I even get my questions answered. Why? Because they have access to the leader. So that's just one thing. He still does the weekly coaching calls, but this is the way we got around. This is a system that I have. Systems. People also pay for systems. All right. So just so you understand I just want you to think about that. As the reason why I said all of those things is because I'm telling you right now, it's not you putting up more content. I know you may think that, but I'm telling you, it's not. You're gonna put up all kinds of content. You're not gonna have what we're gonna talk about in a second, and it's gonna be frustrating. Because the second part that you need to have, it's not about content, it's about transformation. And so now you have to build a transformation journey. Because remember, people don't just want to learn, they want to transform. That means your membership needs to be designed into a journey. We call it the transformation journey. So for me, for the Over 40 Alpha Brotherhood, my transformation journey, everyone starts at the same place. Phase number 1. If you come in and you join my program, you're not going anywhere you want. You're going to phase 1, then you're going to phase 2, then you're going to phase 3, then you're going to phase 4. And you know where and 1 year to alpha is that first year, right? It's called 1 year to alpha, and phase 1 is where everyone starts. Doesn't matter what your fitness background is. This is my Over 40 Alpha brother. And you know how many people, first of all, you know how difficult it is to stay on a workout program for 1 year straight, let alone being a man in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s who hasn't worked out in a long time, or coming in obese, out of shape, low testosterone, chronic health issues, to be able to stay and not being able to stay on a program in the past, to now being able to stay on a program for at least 1 year straight. You know how unbelievable that is? But you know how many people do that? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Why? Because the journey is built out for them. And you can do the same thing. It doesn't have to be fitness. Everyone thinks, oh, it's fitness. It's easy. No, it's easy with anything as long as you have a journey that's going to give them quick wins. Because when someone joins your membership, they're excited. But believe me, that excitement fades if they're not getting results. So you need to give them a quick win, whether it's in the first week or the first month, something tangible that makes them think, okay, this is actually working. So for example, again, in my brotherhood, yes, it's 1 year to alpha, but the very first thing is the 30 days. I have a $1 trial for 30 days, and it's a fat loss shred phase because I know that most guys want to lose that fat right off the bat. And guess what happens in 30 days? They lose fat right off the bat. They get stronger. They have more energy. They get they know that this program's working because everything they're implementing, they're feeling different. They're changing. Right? That's so important because what that does is it gives them the momentum to continue. Okay, this is working. I've never done this before. Remember, your program also has to have a unique method, something that they've never done before, never tried before. It's like, okay, no wonder this is working because I've never tried this before. I'm going to continue. It's a psychological thought process of getting a quick win that builds momentum and incentive to stay. And then you implement milestones because milestones keep members engaged. Listen, people don't like to do the things that they have to do, right? Like, hey, I'm not creating anything different. Eat healthy, work out, sleep, make sure you sleep, have some recovery, mental and physical recovery so you don't get injured. You have some supplementation. Like, it's not, the nutrition is important, but it's not like I'm not having them count calories. Like, it's not rock. This is a very simple program. But it gets results, right? It's easy to implement. And so as they're getting results, and again, remember, I'm saying this is not rocket science. Like, this is not anything really different from anybody else. I mean, there are some differences, but now we want to keep, but what was the reason why most of these guys weren't losing fat or getting results? Because that meant they have to work out, and most guys didn't want to work out, and then that means they have to figure out nutrition. Most guys don't want to do nutrition and sleep. What are you talking about, sleep? Now they love it. Why? Because it's something new, it's something easy, and it gives them the momentum. But here's the thing: how do we keep them engaged? Because as I said before, people don't generally like to do things that they have to do, right? They're excited at the beginning, but then they got to do work. So what do? Every journey needs checkpoints. Right? And milestones give your members something to strive for, something to celebrate. In your membership, you want to think about what are some of the big steps that are in my framework and how can I highlight those milestones? So for us in the Over 40 Alpha Brotherhood, we have milestones every 3 phases in the first year. That milestone that they get is a t-shirt, but the t-shirt says something specific to the journey that they just took. And in order to get that t-shirt, they have to fill out information, their name, how much weight they lost, the measurements, the wins. Then they gotta write out what their life was before they started the program. Then they gotta write out what the program has done for them. Then they gotta upload their before or their first picture and their transformation picture, their after photo, anything else they want to say to people who are looking to join the program. And that all that information is systemized. And once they fill out that information and it looks really good and we can confirm it, they get a free t-shirt. Right. And those milestones continue and people want those t-shirts. You don't believe it. In fact, we're now building out these milestones in one of my clients' membership site. And he just told me yesterday when we were talking, he's like, man, you won't believe how many people are so pumped for these milestones, this milestone t-shirt that we haven't even created because he's talked about it, but we haven't created it yet. We're doing that now. And he's like, man, people are like, oh my God, I didn't upload my accountability. Am I still going to be able to qualify for the shirt? It's like, yeah, no worries. But you can see how people are getting like really anxious and excited about something that's brand new. Because remember, this person's membership he's had for a while, but now we're implementing the tribe elements and the tribe method for milestones to help with retention, to help keep members engaged and incentivize them to continue down the journey of transformation. So you want to make sure you have some really strong milestones and not just badges. Badges don't mean crap. It's got to have meaning. And if you can make it tactical, like something that tactile that they actually receive, that's going to be even more powerful, because then you can start getting a little bit more uniformity, people wearing it, they have some significance. It's very difficult to showcase that, oh yeah, this is my badge and this is what this means. It's more significant for your members to showcase the shirt that they earn from doing the program that you've set up for them. So think about the big steps in your framework, and how can you highlight these as milestones? You've reached step number 1. Boom. Here's a milestone, whatever it is. Could be anything. I just suggest making it something you send out to them to really anchor. It's about anchoring them into your program, into your membership. The next thing is that transformation, because that is the ultimate goal, right? Transformation. So your members, during this transformation journey, right? During the transformation journey, you got to make sure they're getting results. You got to make sure that you're changing their lives. They're not there to consume content. They're there to solve a problem. They're there to become someone better. They're there to achieve a goal. They're there to overcome something that they're struggling with. Stop just throwing up content for the sake of throwing content. I don't know, what else should I put up there? I don't know. I hear that question all the time. What other content should I put? Did I put enough content? No, it's not about did you put enough content. Did you put the content that will deliver the transformation? That's the question you ask yourself. What transformation am I promising? And how does my membership deliver that transformation? Right? Because in general, if you're just throwing up content for the sake of content because you want to keep, in quotes, keep people inside your membership, so I better put more content. That's not what people are buying these days. They will leave you. Believe me. You want transformations. And in order to do that, it's not about all the content. I'm telling you right now, man, I don't want to join something that has a ton of content I don't even use. Make it simple. My program is so simple. Here are the workouts. The nutrition doesn't change, maybe change a little bit. I'm not changing your nutrition to try to keep things new. No, people don't want new. They don't, oh yeah, this is the same thing. Because generally speaking, if you go to my membership and you do my workouts, so the only thing that really changes is the workouts. Everything else is pretty much the same. Phase over phase over phase, because the nutrition generally is the same. The recovery piece, like the mobility stuff, okay, that changes. The workouts change, the abs change, but that's it. It's not like I'm creating something brand new every month to keep them all stimulated. No, they got other things in their lives to worry about that they need me to continue to give them. They have the workouts to worry about, let alone me trying to give them new things. But what I do is we have weekly coaching calls every single week. We spotlight every week. We ask Funk every week. So that's the connection. That's the support. That's access to me. What transformation are you promising? And how does your membership deliver that transformation in a step-by-step process to help guide your members to the results? And the final thing you want to think about is the community, because community is the glue to retention. Here's the big secret. Nobody likes doing things alone. It sucks. Believe me. I know, and probably if you're listening to this, you know that when you do have an online membership or an online program or online business, it's lonely. It's lonely. People crave connection. And that's why when you're building your membership, you want to build a collective identity. It's going to be so important to your membership. And it's not two separate things, because oftentimes people think, okay, my membership's here, my collective, my community's here. No, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. Because the reason why it's all the same thing is everyone's on the same journey. People want to be around like-minded people. Think about it. Why do people stay in your membership long after they've, like, if you think about this question, why do people stay in your membership long after they achieve their goals? Because it's because they feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. Like they feel like they belong to something. So for instance, remember, my fitness membership is 3 years long. So you think it takes them 3 years to transform? No, they transform in the first 3 to 6 months. They're trying to, when they first join the program and I tell them, oh, you're gonna have 6-pack abs, they're like, dude, I'm not gonna have 6-pack abs, okay? I just want to lose the belly fat. 4 months later, Funk, I want to get those 6-pack abs. I can now start seeing the abs. Like the transformation happens by phase 6. If by month number 6, if they follow the program, dude, the transformation is insane. But they stay for 2.5 more years, and they go to my other membership sites. Why? Because they feel like they're part of the brotherhood. The brotherhood gives them that connection, and it's a connection of people who don't. It's positive, it's supportive. Everyone's on the same journey, so we understand each other. We don't judge, so it's non-judgmental, so everyone can connect with each other. So how do we create a collective identity? How do we create because it's not just a community, right? That's where people get it wrong. They just set up a community and think people are going to just, okay, that's fine. But you have to have the same like-minded people inside that community, inside that tribe. So first and foremost, you want to give the tribe an identity, right? Give your members a name, so that they can identify with it, a name or an identity that they can align with. So inside the Over 40 Alpha Brotherhood, they're part of the brotherhood, and each person's called an Over 40 Alpha, right? So I'm an Over 40 Alpha. These are my beliefs. This is how I work out. These are the things that we do, and I'm part of the brotherhood. One of my other clients, they have the Vibe Tribe membership. It's called the Vibe Tribe. And inside the Vibe Tribes are Vibe Stars. They call themselves Vibe Stars. They say, hey, Vibe Stars, how are you? This is my day today. Like, they're Vibe Stars. And these are the things that Vibe Stars live for. They're all on a similar journey, but they're all part of that Vibe Tribe membership. It's so powerful. With one of my supplements, the Alpha Max Test Academy, because my supplement's Alpha Max Test 3D. It's a testosterone boosting supplement, but I have a tribe. We're creating a tribe around just the supplement for our Alpha Test warriors. Guys who use this supplement are Alpha Test warriors, and these are the things that they believe in. These are the things that make them Alpha Test warriors, and we're all part of the Alpha Test Academy, the Alpha Test tribe, the Alpha Max Test tribe. So it works for supplements. It works for anything. You just have to give that like-minded identity that people can identify with. Oh, we're all the same. We all are on the same journey, just different parts of the journey. And then you want to foster these relationships. Well, how do you foster relationships? Your membership should create opportunities for your members to connect with each other. And that happens with those weekly group calls, right? Sure, you can have a forum, but those weekly group calls, or even having like these novel challenges come up once in a while, not all the time, but once in a while, to have everyone doing the same thing at the same time really connects and gives them opportunity to connect. But that group a coaching call every week that everyone comes on, like in fact in my membership, they used to, because we used to have them on Sundays, they used to call it church. So I'm going to church. Church was our over 40 weekly coaching calls. It's only an hour long. The other thing that you can do to help with this connection is celebrate the collective, celebrate members. When one member succeeds, everyone succeeds. You want to celebrate that publicly, because what that does is it creates a ripple effect. It inspires others to stay engaged and keep striving on their own success. So we have spotlights each week. That's what you should be doing. Spotlighting your members, setting up a system that gives them a way to spotlight wins that your members have. You can have membership wins each week, but spotlight it. Send an email out, post it in your group, right? Like put it in your social media, right? Show other people outside of your membership. These are the results we're getting. Show people inside your membership. These are the results we're getting. Show people on your email list. These are the results you're getting. And then that's going to highlight that person. It's going to make them feel significant. And those milestones that you create will give you automatic spotlights. So there we have it. The 3 things. Let's recap what we covered today, because I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, but we're going to wrap everything up in a nice bow for you. Because the one thing that we talked about is why memberships and even courses, you got to move beyond just simply providing information and instead focus on solving problems. I want you to focus on delivering results. I want you to focus on creating a transformation journey. Get out of the transactional mindset and into the transformation mindset. We also broke down giving your members quick wins will build momentum, right? And setting up meaningful like milestones throughout the journey. Remember the transformation journey, creating a transformation journey, giving them quick wins, and then giving meaningful milestones that will keep them engaged. And then finally, you want to foster a collective identity. What is everybody called inside of your membership? What is the collective identity of the membership? Because doing it alone absolutely sucks. But when you're doing it with other like-minded people who are positive, who are focused, who are driven, and who can support and keep you accountable, and who you can connect with, is super powerful. Imagine building something like that to help people strive for change. These strategies aren't just about keeping your members around either. They're about building a thriving tribe that transforms lives and keeps people coming back. I'll tell you, the power of transforming people's lives, it's insane. The point where they get tattoos. In fact, one of my other clients, he's already getting tattoos. He's not him, but his members are already getting tattoos of this new tribe that we created. Already. That's been like, I think he sent me a picture, showed me a picture in our last call, which was on Friday. This is January 2025. I'm shooting this right now. And it was unbelievable. I said, buddy, you have to get one too. It's like, done. So the secret is keeping long-term members, lifelong members, because you don't know what doors will open up as your membership continues to flourish, what other streams of revenue that you can create when you have lifelong members focusing on their transformation, their results. Because the longer they stay with you and the more they get results and the more they transform and connect with other people, specifically if you're giving them that environment, they're going to stay with you for life. And you can start adding other streams of revenue of things that they want. And they'll tell you what they want. They'll tell you what they need. And that will help guide you into creating more transformative content and information to help them on their journey. I didn't start by doing a 3-year program. I started with doing a 6-month program, and people started getting to month 5. So then I had to build it out to 12 months. And then when people got to 11 months, 700 people were like going on month 11 and said, what do we do after we're done? I'm like, oh my God, I have to build another 12 phases. Because I didn't realize everybody was going to continue. I didn't realize no one was going to cancel. I didn't realize that 95% of the people were going to stay, and now I have to build something else. But that's great, because that's monthly recurring revenue. MRR. So if you found today's episode helpful in any way, not everything, because I know that there's a few things, just one thing that you got from today's episode, please do me a huge favor. This is a new podcast. This is all about you guys, the member, the tribe, the potential tribe builder and tribe leader, building memberships. And I want to give you as much information that I can to help you build the proper tribe membership for retention. Hit the subscribe button so you never lose or never miss an episode of the Tribe Membership Show. Please leave me a 5-star review. It helps with the algorithms. It helps keep this up. And yes, this is content based, but remember, at the end of this, I'm going to give you access to a checklist of strategies so that you can implement, because one of the other things I want to do with this show is give you templates and swipe files maybe and checklists and things that you can implement right away from listening to this, because sometimes we get, oh my God, that was great information. I wish I had something to kind of use to help me implement it. So that's what I want. But if you don't give me 5-star reviews, then I don't know that you guys are actually enjoying this. So give me 5-star reviews. And also, if you want the 27 Tribe Secrets, this is our Amazon best-selling book right here. You can get it on Amazon, the hardcover for, $29, or you can go to tribesecretsbook.com, grab the audio version, the digital version, and this book gives you all of the strategies, the psychological strategies and proven methods that we talked about today, giving you the tools to transform your membership into a thriving tribe. And remember, transformation doesn't happen by accident. It starts with action from you. So take what you've learned today and start implementing into your membership. And as I mentioned before, if you go to the Tribe Membership Show website, tribemembershippodcast.com, that's it, tribemembershippodcast.com, I'm going to give you a checklist. It's called the Quick Wins and Transformation Checklist. And this will give you information on how to implement the strategies we talked about today. right? Because we talked about some strategies, but now how do we implement it? So I created this checklist. It breaks down all of the actionable items that we talked about. It'll help you to define your clear transformation journey for your members, because sometimes you just need a little bit of help answering some questions that'll help you build that transformation membership. It'll help you identify the quick wins that you can deliver within the first week or 2 weeks or even month of your membership. It'll also help you to create meaningful milestones to keep your members engaged. And finally, it will help you to start to build a sense of community and a collective identity. So you can download this absolutely free on my Tribe Membership Show website, which is tribemembershippodcast.com. I probably should change that, and start applying the strategies today. And remember, solving problems and delivering transformation isn't just good for your members. It's a secret to retention. It's a secret to engagement. It's a secret to sustainable month-over-month revenue. And it's a secret to your lifelong, long-term success. I'm Funk Roberts. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the other side. Let's start building our tribe and get it done.
Thanks for tuning in to the Tribe Membership Show. If you're ready to take your membership to the next level, be sure to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Want to dive deeper? Visit www.tribesecretsbook.com.